Coming up on First at 4, President Joe Biden has dropped out of the presidential race, how the situation unfolded over the weekend, and how state leaders are reacting to the president's historic announcement.
And live pinpoint Doppler radar is showing some much needed rain across eastern Kentucky. How long will the rain last? I'll have the answer in a few minutes.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, President Joe Biden announced yesterday that he is withdrawing from the 2024 presidential election. In the time since that announcement, Vice President Kamala Harris has announced her bid for the White House and has appeared to fend off any challengers, at least so far, for the Democratic nomination. CBS's Nicole Sganga has the latest from the White House.
Vice President Kamala Harris welcomed NCAA champions to the White House in her first public event since President Biden announced he was ending his re-election bid.
Joe Biden's legacy of accomplishment over the past 3 years is unmatched in modern history.
Harris is inheriting Biden's campaign team and is meeting with staff members in Delaware Monday. This afternoon, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi joined a growing list of Democrats who are supporting the vice president.
She has been a strong leader on the national stage. She is someone that's going to be a unique candidate when she goes up against Donald Trump.
And one by one, potential rivals have said they do not plan to challenge Harris for the nomination.
I am not going to be a candidate for president. I'm a candidate for basically speaking for the middle of this country.
Harris says she wants to earn the nomination and has been working the phones to line up delegates and to raise money. The campaign says it's taken in roughly $50 million since Sunday afternoon.
In any campaign, when you see endorsements, when you see early support, when you see money, coming in, those are all early indicators of a strong candidacy.
Republicans have wasted no time pivoting their attacks, linking Harris to Biden's policies and attacking her record.
As the border czar, that's Joe Biden's term, not mine, she bears direct responsibility for the chaos at our southern border.
Former President Trump weighed in on social media, claiming Democrats stole the nomination from Biden after he won it in the primaries. Nicole Sganga, CBS News, the White House.
House Speaker Mike Johnson has threatened lawsuits over President Biden's dropping out, saying he believes it violates the rules in some states not to move forward with the person that won the primaries. And with the announcement of President Biden ending his re-election campaign comes talks of possible running mates for Vice President Harris if she is in fact the new nominee. On the short list for possible second in command, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear. He's believed to be one of about 4 top contenders. Secretary of State Michael Adams explains protocols and procedures if Beshear ends up being the next vice presidential nominee.
Simply being nominated does not mean that he has to resign as governor. Some states have what's called resign to run laws. We don't have those in Kentucky. You're able to run for an office while serving in another office.
Adams says there are pieces in the Constitution that may spark action from both sides of the aisle. We have more about those possibilities tonight at 6. Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance hosted his first solo campaign event 1 week after being tapped as former President Trump's running mate. Vance took center stage in his hometown of Middletown in the key battleground state of Ohio. The Republican senator took aim at Vice President Harris following this weekend's Democratic shakeup.
I was told I was going to get to debate Kamala Harris, and now President Trump's going to get to debate her? I will fight every single day to restore an America that works for Americans.
And there is some question about whether that debate between President Trump and possibly Vice President Harris will even happen. Senator Vance once again reiterated before supporters that he would never forget where he came from. He's also speaking today at a second rally in Radford, Virginia.
Rain chances started this past weekend and they continue again today as we're seeing some rain across the southern part of the viewing area. There's the latest with live pinpoint Doppler radar, and we'll go ahead and pinpoint a couple locations across extreme southern Kentucky into northern Tennessee, just south of Williamsburg over towards the Big Barren area, seeing some rain, even a little bit of thunder and lightning activity, I should say, being sparked up with these systems. Let's go ahead and pinpoint over towards the east, over towards the Richlands area, just to the east of Pikeville, towards the Mount Gay area. We are seeing some heavy rain and thunderstorm activity as well at this hour. So the rain chances will continue as we go throughout the evening and overnight hours. When you wake up in the morning, we'll see temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, 68 in Jackson as well as Hazard, 68 Prestonsburg, 68 in Pikeville, Wise going to 64, 66 in Jones, London, 69 degrees. Right now, we're seeing temperatures in the 70s and 80s, 79 in Hazard, 76 Jackson, 80 in Prestonsburg, 81 in Pikeville, 75 in Clintwood. So overall, in terms of rain, we have the much needed rain chances in the forecast, but is too much of a good thing? Could that equal something else? We'll talk about that coming up in the First Alert forecast in a few minutes. Steve.
All right, Eric, thank you. A Laurel County man charged with the murder of London police officer Logan Medlock will be tried in another location. Casey Bird is charged with the murder of London police officer Logan Medlock. He appeared in Laurel County Circuit Court today. A judge decided his trial would be moved to Bowling Green out in western Kentucky. The trial will be held, it's expected to be held from August 6th through the 8th. U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle appeared on Capitol Hill today and was certainly grilled by lawmakers. Cheadle was subpoenaed after the failed assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump at a rally. Cheadle told lawmakers it was the biggest operational failure by the Secret Service in decades. We will take a closer look at what was said at the hearing at 5:30. A court has convicted Alsu Kurmasheva, a Russian-American journalist, of spreading false information about the Russian army. Kurmasheva works for the U.S. government-funded Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty. Officials said she was sentenced to 6.5 years in prison after a secret trial. The conviction in the city of Kazan came on Friday, the same day that a court convicted Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich of espionage. Coming up on First at 4, we look into why many Americans may feel deprived of their vacation time.
And in the world of weather, we have rain pushing its way through eastern Kentucky. How long will the rain chances last? I'll have the answer in the First Alert forecast in a few minutes. Stay with us.